Streaming! Yes! And now it should be working, right? And my camera died. Wow, okay.
How could it have died? We didn't even start
Oh my
yet.
god, yeah, my battery
Did you
was.
forget to charge it? Oh
But
no.
as we learned from the last stream, I
Yeah.
am a master of recovery. Or was it last
Uh-huh.
stream?
Well, the camera
Yes!
died the last stream, yeah. It happened.
That is probably some kind of a live streaming record or something. The camera
So,
dies on the first 2 seconds that you go live. That must be some kind of record, right? No?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Am I?
Okay, your camera is also working, yes. I can confirm that.
My camera?
I don't know about yeah, like you turned it back on.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
okay, everything is good. I think.
Am I in focus? Yes, I think so. But I can't see the stream. I need to make sure.
I can already.
Oh, you can. Okay.
Yeah. Something's happening.
Okay, I see it. Okay. Or the audio levels?
I have no idea about that, but I don't want to turn all the audio on, so
Okay. Okay, everything works.
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Cheers to that.
Yes. Cheers to the technical problems.
We're having a ST mug,
Yeah, that's
the gigantic ST mug.
the ST mug. Nice. That's the same mug every time. Nice. Very nice. Consistent.
Yeah, it's mine. It's my coffee mug. Coffee and tea.
That's very nice. All right.
So,
Yes.
let's get into something.
So, just to tease, we have a chicken to pluck with Euronics later on.
Chicken to pluck.
Yeah, that's the expression in Estonian.
I have to say,
you need to learn.
it sounds weird,
I mean,
right? But also, bone to pick also sounds weird.
yeah.
So I wouldn't say that either sounds less weird.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, they're equally weird.
Yeah, kana kitkuda, chicken to pluck.
Yes.
Kana
Yes.
kitkuda. Yeah. So, yes.
What music bits are we talking about?
Yes. So, in case you're somehow stumbling across this weirdness, what's going on your screen, then damn it, there, the TekTok logo symbolizes technology talk, if you didn't know. So we're gonna talk about some technology that is happening, and yeah, we're trying to take the European, the EU angle a little bit. So yeah, we are more. There's enough of news about like from US out there, so at least something new. So yeah, we have some topics for you guys. So Apple will invest over 1 billion euros in Germany and plans European Silicon Design Center in Munich. That's in Germany. And the EU approves Microsoft's 7.5 billion Bethesda acquisition. So huge. But yeah. And yeah.
And in other news, Russia attempts to throttle Twitter and instead breaks its own internet.
Yes.
How fun is that?
That's the Russian way.
And Skeleton Technologies raised another 51 million euros to beef up their ultracapacitor.
Yeah. Skeleton Technologies, damn, they have been called the Tesla of Estonia. So
Skeleton Technologies, have we talked about them before?
I don't think we have. Yeah,
we talked about some other Estonian
startup.
Yeah, Starship.
We talked about. Yeah, that's also starts with an S and yeah, startup.
You can't have a startup unless it starts with an S.
Yeah, exactly. Pretty much.
Spotify, Starship Technologies, Skeleton.
Yeah. Yes, and for the people watching, we have some rants coming up also, and or some, I don't know, some good stuff. We
Both, I guess, a little bit of both. We
Yeah,
can have an
and
episode of this thing without a rant or two.
yes. But first, how you been this week? Doing good? You're
I
in
have been
a
okay.
yeah. You're trying out some new locations. I see.
Yeah,
Yes.
because when my partner is playing with the new toy, so it's kind of loud. And I didn't want to hog the entire living room for the entirety of like 2 hours that we're gonna
Yes.
definitely spend. So I'm okay.
Very thoughtful.
What has happened? Estonia is now in a super lockdown. So
Yeah. Oh my god.
finally, it kind of affected my work a little bit. So that has happened.
Because you guys only do like takeaways,
We
right?
only work for takeaways, yes, but that's
Yeah.
not that's not actually that big of a deal because, well, actually, yeah. What day was yesterday? Friday.
Friday. Yeah, it's all
Friday.
it's
Thursday.
it's all a
Yeah.
blur, basically.
On Thursday, I had my first shift for the month. So I heard that it was crazy and there was no work whatsoever. After they introduced this, super strict restrictions. But I don't know. I mean, it was okay on Thursday. It was a normal, Thursday.
Yeah.
It's not like the most active day, but I wouldn't say it was like catastrophically bad. But now we have too many people, and since we don't work, we don't open the actual place for sitting. We don't have a dishwasher coming anymore for now.
Yeah.
And then also waiters aren't as needed anymore, so everybody's having like cut hours. It's not as bad for the kitchen staff because there's always something to do in the kitchen.
Yeah, exactly.
But still, like I have fewer hours this month, and maybe next month, but we'll see. We'll see.
Yeah.
But other than that, I'm okay.
Yeah. Also here, me with the guys, we went out also to takeaway. That's the only option for the past 2 days. And I mean, it's all right. Yeah, support your local businesses, people. Anyway, yeah, I mean, my week, so not that maybe eventful, but I don't know. I've been hustling a lot. I sold my old camera, the GH4, for a very decent price, I gotta say. I mean, I can't remember what I bought it for, but I got more for it than I expected, honestly. But yeah, so
more than you expected. Okay.
More than I expected. Yeah, I expected to get it for I don't know, maybe 500, but I got 540. So yeah, and I got a new TV for.
Oh, you did?
For my mom, but because I don't have a living space right now, but I will soon in the future, and then I will get like a proper OLED TV because, oh my god, I'm so jealous of you guys that you have an OLED TV. Jesus Christ. I was actually thinking that the TV series that I watched also that you recommended last time, the Queen's Gambit, and we will talk about later also, but yeah, how good would that series look on an OLED? Oh my god.
Really? I never thought about that. And why? What wait, let me think.
There are a lot of dark scenes actually. It's more like not like a bright happy, it's a more like a little bit darker, I feel like. Anyway, yeah.
So, see, you don't even think about these things when you actually have one.
Yeah.
You just take it for granted.
Yeah, exactly. But still, oh my god, Anyway, I got a TV for 65 inches, 4K.
Oh.
200.
Okay.
200 euros.
Oh, what?
Yeah.
Wait, what kind of TV is that?
A cheap one. Like a non-brand one. Like a Hisense is the brand.
Right.
Hisense
Yeah,
is
yeah.
the lower end, but again,
Mhm.
my mom doesn't need anything fancy, so as long as it's 4K and big, that's about it. But yeah, 65 inches 4K, which for 200 euros is superb. Like, dude, this is unbeatable.
Yeah,
This is
yeah, it's
unbeatable, pretty much.
we're definitely at the point where
Mm.
4K televisions are kind of,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
mainstream.
Yeah, yeah, it's necessary. If you're
I mean,
watching, yeah, Netflix. If you're watching anything like
anything that actually, streams in 4K.
anything you
Yeah,
want to watch, anything you want to enjoy,
right.
when you like just, I don't know, play watch some news or something.
Cable.
Yeah, doesn't matter.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
So it's like mainstream, but also not everybody needs one, you know? So it's a little bit still weird.
Yeah.
But then like I don't think we will ever get to the point where cable TV will stream in 4K.
Yeah.
I mean, who needs that?
This will take some time.
It's like such an investment, and fewer people actually watch television. So
yeah,
I don't ever think it will actually happen. What's the point for these networks?
Yeah. Anyway, tech news, technology.
Yes, let's get into the newsy.
Yes. So welcome to the nerd cave with us, because we are kind of in your nerd cave. Anyway.
Yes.
What? Okay.
Huh?
Okay. There is something happening. Why isn't... Dear God, why is happening? Okay, now it works. Okay, that was weird. OBS and Discord, you surprise me at every time. Anyway.
Did we lose something? Or?
It didn't come up. The articles didn't come up. It was just a blank.
I thought we had audio issues or something.
Yeah, and we had audio issues, and yeah. Thanks, OBS. Perfect. Anyway, EU regulators finalizing charges against Apple following Spotify. Wait. Oh.
Yeah. See. That's exactly the same thing.
What the
That's
heck?
not the thing we're talking about.
Yeah. Sorry. Oh my God, I messed it up.
Okay.
Jesus, what the hell? Yeah, I did it. Okay, I see where. Oh my God. Yeah, the links doesn't work.
I can read the headline while you are finding that.
Yes, please.
All right. So, our first item on the list. Apple will invest over 1 billion euros in Germany and is planning to open a European silicon design center in Munich. So, Apple will make Munich its European silicon design center, adding hundreds of new employees and a new state-of-the-art facility focused on connectivity and wireless tech. Munich is already Apple's largest engineering hub in Europe, with close to 1,500 engineers from 40 countries, working in different areas including power management, design, application processes, and wireless tech. And Apple is adding the new facility to focus on 5G and future wireless tech.
Yeah, 5G.
Interesting.
So yeah, I mean, the news to me, honestly, is that Apple has already built out like a kind of a big, huge hub in Munich, in Germany already. I didn't know that even. So that's honestly kind of surprising that they chose Germany, because I don't know. Yeah, I mean, Tesla chose also Germany for their European factory, but
yeah.
Why not UK? Or because UK has, or I don't know, maybe Ireland or something like that. That's what they all the corporate bodies have been registered in Ireland. That Google, Apple, everybody pretty much, when they want to come to Europe, I mean. But yeah, I don't know. Munich, Germany.
Well, the UK is cancelled. Oh, there's no point in this.
Yeah, the UK is weird right now, so yeah, that's true.
But of course, well, for Tesla, well, I mean, it's not a factory.
Yeah, it's not a factory. Yeah.
In the Apple case, factory in Europe makes sense because Germany already has car manufacturing, facilities there, and I mean, German cars are, kind of a big deal.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But I mean, Germany is also kind of famous for its engineering and tech.
Yeah, that's very
So
true.
it makes sense, at least in like hardware sense,
Mm-hmm.
So to me, it kind of makes sense.
Yeah, I think they had a picture of it also. This is the new state-of-the-art facility in Munich, which is pretty. Yeah, I mean, it's a modern building, I suppose.
It isn't like the Apple or whatever garden like they have in Cupertino, but
Yeah.
it's not the same purpose. This facility doesn't have the same purpose as the headquarters.
Yeah.
So for context, they opened Bavarian Design Center in 2015, which over time grew to more than 350 engineers. And the teams within the center focus on power management design. So as I understand, they are designing all the silicon they put into their chips to make sure that iPhones don't die.
Apple also Apple also announced I think 2022 will be the Apple's 5G custom silicon, their own chip basically. 2025 so a year from now. Was it building lead across Germany, having 4,000 members? Yeah, so I don't know. Yeah, so the future iPhones will be like built by German engineers. I mean, they're from all across, like from 40 countries. There are people working there, as the article says, but 1,500 people as of right now, I believe. And but yeah, for 1,500.
They won't be built necessarily, but designed.
I mean, yeah. I mean, designed. Okay, yeah. It's all built in China, so.
Right.
And maybe India, also India. Those chips might be also built in India, because India, they want to expand to India also, if they're already not building them in India, but I don't believe so. But yeah, India is the new China, so. But yeah, that's about it. But it's a new fancy building that Apple will focus their 5G and wireless modems. So wireless, have you heard about the AirTags?
Yes.
Yeah.
Who hasn't heard about AirTags?
Yeah. They're supposed to be launching also maybe this month even.
I swear, I've been hearing this every year for the last 5.
Yeah.
Now they're coming for sure. This year. I understand the purpose of them, but that's not something I'm interested in. So
you don't understand the purpose?
No, I do. I just don't need one, so I don't really care.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
What am I gonna put it in? My bag that I never leave anywhere,
Yeah, I mean, it's intended basically for a wallet. So people who lost constantly their wallet, I'm not one of those, or people who lose their keys all the time.
Yeah, but then you have to connect this big ass thing to your keys.
Yes, I know. You and me are in the same boat, but yeah, for those scatterbrains that are constantly forgetting stuff anywhere and everywhere, so it's like.
I suppose. I mean, I'm not saying it's useless.
You
can leave it in a car somewhere, just to like. In a case you forget where you parked your car, things like that. For me, that would be actually, hypothetically speaking, I don't have a car, but if I had a car, maybe I would have actually gotten one.
Because, that's one of the. Dude, where's my car? That was a movie.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, for those of you who are not familiar what we're talking about, it's like basically like a it's smaller than this most likely, but it's like this kind of a thing. Maybe something like this, even like a car key. So it's like
Sort of. It's just smaller and
yeah,
like nicer
even
looking, probably.
smaller than that, and so it's like a Bluetooth and Wi-Fi, I believe, is probably built into it also. So, and it has a battery that lasts probably for months, 3 months, I think, at least. I believe.
Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah, and so you can attach it to anywhere, and you can find it with my Find My app. It will be compatible with the Find My app. So if you're stalking your girlfriends, I have
Right.
like you can enable it and see where your girlfriend is at all times, like I do. I have only one of them, but that's what I do.
Right. Moving on. No.
Yes.
I find it very interesting that it's been, this long since they announced it, and we haven't still seen it. What's happening?
Yeah, it was supposed to be launching with the new iPhones, I believe, with the 12s. Yeah. Anyhow, let's move on.
But regardless, unequivocally good news, I guess.
Yeah.
Wireless tech power management. iPhones have small batteries compared to Android phones, so especially now that they are 5G compatible, better power management will be also important.
Yeah.
If Apple doesn't want to, put in thicker and bigger batteries, which they clearly don't. Considering that the new iPhones are considerably lighter than iPhone 11 and 10R and stuff like that. So good stuff.
Yeah. Do they have they have a black glass back. Okay, doesn't matter.
Yeah,
they do. All right, let's move on to okay. Oh, there it is. But EU approves Microsoft's 7.5 billion Bethesda acquisition. Oh my god. Yes, my perfect English pronunciation. Yes, that's why you tune into the terrible European accent show. So yeah, in case you're unaware of Bethesda, then you are probably aware such games as Fallout, Doom, Dishonored, Skyrim, Wolfenstein, The Elder Scrolls. So it's like, this is huge. This is like a massive company. If the name Bethesda for some reason doesn't ring a bell. Yeah, so. And yeah, the parent company, I think it's ZeniMax Media that owns, or is it the other way around?
Yeah, ZeniMax owns.
Yeah, the ZeniMax Media owns the Bethesda Softworks. Okay, yeah.
So Microsoft bought ZeniMax, actually.
Yeah, so get ready for Microsoft Skyrim? I don't know. Who knows? No, they won't do that.
Microsoft.
But I don't. Yeah.
Who knows what they will do?
Yeah, who knows? So, but yeah, this is like who. So, and the biggest thing as of right now is also has been approved by the EU without conditions, as it does not raise serious doubts, as it's compatible with the common market. The acquisition required EU approval before Microsoft could finalize the Bethesda deal and bring future games to its Xbox Game Pass subscription. So how Microsoft handles future Bethesda titles will come down to case-by-case basis. So yeah, and Microsoft is reportedly planning to outline its plans for Xbox later this month, because there's a event happening later.
It is rumored to happen, but it's probably going to happen soon.
Yeah.
Ish.
So
March 23rd was
yeah,
the rumored date.
March 23rd was the future of gaming event. Is rumored to take place.
It seems plausible. I can see that.
Yeah.
What day is that?
That who
23rd.
I don't have a clue.
Tuesday. Sure. Well, it's a digital event, so I don't really. I mean, it's a pre-recorded digital event. They're probably already shot and edited, so it can happen at any point. I think.
Yeah. Question for you: any of those games, Fallout, Doom, Dishonored, Skyrim, Wolfenstein, the Elder Scrolls, which one of them, I don't know,
Are good?
Are for you?
Popular? Oh my goodness.
For you?
Well, first we need to talk about the fact that they even bought this thing. So
Okay,
Bethesda used to be a big third-party publisher. So they would come to all the platforms, well, not all the platforms, but usually PlayStation, Xbox, and PC. Yeah. Occasionally also to Switch, and maybe some older titles came to Switch. But that's about it. So now that Microsoft owns them, yes, you already mentioned it, that the question is whether the new games that will come out will be exclusive to Microsoft, to Xbox and PC, or whether it will actually still come to PlayStation.
Yeah,
and
case by case basis. Yeah.
In the most recent news, Phil Spencer is Xbox's. Let's see. What will he be called? Head of Xbox? I don't know.
Yeah, head of Xbox?
The main Xbox person within Microsoft said that we can expect...
it's called the gaming chief. It's chief.
Oh my god. Oh. I love all these corny Microsoft Xbox words. He said that we can expect the future Microsoft Studio games to come to platforms that have Game Pass on them. So I imagine that Microsoft would like PlayStation to have Game Pass as well, but I don't think that Sony will want that. So I think it's safe to assume that most big games will not be coming to PlayStation.
Yeah, that's the big. If they're already like saying, if they're not like basically saying straight up that no exclusive or something like something, there will be exclusive, but in like, I don't know, 3 years or something like that. But if they're already saying like case by case basis, then there will be like exclusives as soon as possible, pretty much. I feel like. So.
Yeah, I feel like they're already setting up the expectations, kind of.
Yeah.
To be honest, I don't think that it would hurt Microsoft if they actually launched a PlayStation, because still, like, if you launch the games at the same time on PlayStation and Xbox, you will still sell them for $70 probably, since now games cost $70 because, of course,
because all the cost of the digital merchandise. Oh my
God. But they will be costing whatever the Game Pass cost at that time on Xbox, so it will be cheaper and more value to just play it on Game Pass and instead of paying $70.
Yeah.
And for people who don't have Xbox and just want to play it on PlayStation, you still get not $70. Microsoft will get $70 from it, but they will get 70% of $70. For every sale. So we'll see. I wouldn't say that it's 100% clear that PlayStation is fucked in terms of Bethesda games, but so you were asking if any of these series are interesting. Oh my goodness. This acquisition is kind of a big deal because
for you personally?
I don't think for me personally. Okay. I think for everybody who is interested in video games.
Yeah. Of course. This is one of the most is it the biggest one? I don't think maybe not the biggest, but It's one of the
I don't know
major
about
ones for sure.
the monetary like component. Perhaps there had been bigger ones.
Yeah.
Although I'm struggling right now. I mean, it's very uncommon for companies to buy publishers.
Yeah. It is.
It's,
But
it's like the same as if, like, I don't know, PlayStation bought Sega or something like that.
Yeah.
You know, it's like earth-shattering kind of magnitude. So the series, I guess it makes more sense to talk about the studios that they actually got.
Yeah. Okay.
I have a list here. So they
Is
got
it...
Bethesda Softworks is the big one.
Yeah.
I guess this is the developer that makes the Elder Scrolls and Fallout series. So that I actually think is the least exciting. The least exciting series. Definitely the biggest and the most known one, but I think it's the least exciting one because they have been struggling making like top tier games over the last years. You know, if you were talking to a more pedantic person, they would tell you that they haven't made a good game since 2011 when they released Skyrim.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Which was definitely, you know, monumental kind of game. People still play it. You know, and since then they released Fallout 4, which was fine, like well received more or less, but people say that it wasn't quite as good as the previous games.
Yeah.
And also Fallout 76.
Yep.
Which was an online multiplayer game, which I don't even want to talk about it. People say that it's good now, but with these kind of games, you know, it's kind of like, it's not quite like Cyberpunk, but it's the game basically when it comes out and it's completely broken and fucked.
Yeah.
And then they slowly, over the course of months, you know, patch it and fix it and add content. But for me personally, at that point, I don't care. Like, you know, if your game doesn't work at launch, then you know, there's always something else to play. So
yeah, that's true.
So Bethesda Softworks is the big one. I guess the next big one would be id Software. id Software are the developers of Doom, the OG developers. So they have existed for a very long time.
Yeah, Doom.
And they still exist, and they're still Doom games.
Yeah.
The newest ones were in 2016. Was Doom, which was super good, and also 2020. Doom Eternal came out.
Doom Eternal, yeah.
Which was also super good.
Yeah.
So this is a very talented studio.
Oh,
so that is exciting. And they make, I mean, I will go on record and suggest that they make the best shooters in the business still to this day.
Yeah. It's basically the multiplayer era started with Doom, basically, with the very first Doom. So it's like the Doom is considered the very first one, considered basically the OG LAN party game that started tournaments, like PC gaming tournaments. That's which is
I mean,
anyway, yeah.
Doom, Quake, Unreal,
I
mean, all those.
Unreal,
all those
Quake
originated from.
Yeah. But Doom was the very first one. So.
Funny you should say that, because I would say that nowadays Doom is very much not a multiplayer.
Now, it's like evolved to something. I don't. Yeah.
It is interesting because I definitely think it's the best single player shooter developer in the business. But as far as like multiplayer goes, it's okay. You know, there are better ones.
Yeah, but the development, you can really see how smooth the gameplay is, even on like not like the newest hardware, basically, which is a testament of how good the developers are behind it, basically, which is
yes, you are referring to the engine, right?
Yeah, the engine, the Vulkan.
They don't just
yeah.
It engine, I believe it's called, yeah.
Could be.
It's very interesting when studios don't just make games but also create engines, and it's very good. There aren't any more games that run on it except for Doom Eternal, but it's very optimized. Yeah, it's optimized for any. You can run. Wait, was it? pregnancy test.
Yeah,
I think
pregnancy test. Yeah, exactly.
somebody got to
Yeah.
Doom, the original one, to run on
It's
a pregnancy test.
yeah, exactly. And on a
So
smart fridge and something.
on a smart fit, yeah.
Yeah.
So I think they kind of continue this legacy even to this day because the latest id engine is also very like that. I mean, you can't run it on you can't run Doom Eternal on the pregnancy test,
Yeah,
but still,
exactly.
you don't need to have a very powerful machine
Yeah, exactly.
to do that.
And I saw one also on a scientific calculator, like a
Scientific calculator,
yeah.
yeah, totally. So that's about it for its software. So they are the shooty guys.
Mm-hmm.
They also used to be into Quake. I mean, they are the guys who made Quake.
Yeah.
But as of late, it's mostly Doom.
Mm-hmm.
So then Arcane Studios is also a very talented developer. They are French, but they also have a studio in Texas. And they made Dishonored series. Most recently, they made Prey. And right now, they are working on a game that is exclusive to PlayStation 5, funnily enough. And it is going to be exclusive to PlayStation 5, called Deathloop. So they make a kind of first-person action games with like superpowers and kind of, not magic, but sort of like magic. You think like BioShock, perhaps, in this kind of like genre. They're called immersive simulations in like a gamer lingo. A very interesting studio and very interesting games. I've never actually gotten into them very much, but now they're all on Game Pass, so I will definitely play all of them.
Yeah. Okay.
And I guess there's two more studios. Machine Games is a Swedish developer who also make shooty games. They are most famous, of course, for the Wolfenstein series.
Wolfenstein, yeah.
Which is also a single-player story-based shooter game where you kill Nazis and stuff.
Yeah.
I would say, I mean, it's interesting that, I mean, appropriately, they do work with its software, at least in certain regards. But I would say that definitely Doom is a stronger shooter than Wolfenstein.
Yeah, I would say so also. But Wolfenstein is pretty big also, so it's like very, very well known, I feel like.
Definitely. Yeah. And the last one is a more niche one, is Tango Gameworks. It's a Japanese developer who made... what is their most famous one? I guess the most famous one they have is the series. It has two games. The Evil Within. These are like sort of like third-person horror, survival horror games. I guess the cool thing about this studio is that, well, they make horror games, which is always cool. Not many developers develop horror, especially in like AAA, big budget space. Like there's like Resident Evil, and that's it.
Yeah.
So the cool thing is they work with the original Resident Evil creator, Shinji Mikami. So he directed the Evil Within series, and he's now working on another PlayStation 5 exclusive game. Funnily enough, Ghostwire Tokyo is called.
Oh, that sounds okay. I have to check that out. Okay.
Very different from their previous games. It is a first-person action horror game, sort of.
Yeah.
Where you like use magic and hunt demons and like these kind of like Japanese folk-inspired spirits and things like that.
Yeah. Okay.
Definitely a very interesting game. Again, not coming to Xbox Game Pass soon.
Yeah.
Which is also funny because these are the two games that we know that are actually coming reasonably soon. So there's no... I mean, maybe this event, they will announce something that will come to Game Pass at some point. But yeah.
Yeah.
If you want to play those two games, I think they're both coming this year.
Okay.
I'm not sure about Ghostwire Tokyo, but Deathloop is definitely coming this year. But you'll have to have a PlayStation 5 to play them, which is kind of ironic. So yeah.
Okay. Or do we want to launch into how we try to buy a PS5
Oh yeah, I guess now is
Yeah.
a good point to.
Yeah, exactly. So there was there. Oh, damn it! Is it not here? Oh, come on! Oh,
So.
what the hell happened?
So while you are waiting, also just
Oh my
two words
god.
on the acquisition of Bethesda.
Oh yeah.
It
Okay.
is very big for anybody who has any interest in, well, shooters, of course,
Mm-hmm.
and also Western style role-playing games, because now with the acquisition of Bethesda, they own both, well, Bethesda, and they also, before that, bought another very famous RPG developer called Obsidian,
Mm.
who made, who often worked with Bethesda on Bethesda also properties, and arguably made better games, like at least in terms of story and characters and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
So it would be interesting because now they can collaborate. They could just work together on a game, which is cool.
Yeah.
So for anybody who has any interest in Western RPGs, I think that Xbox is becoming a lot more attractive. Because there aren't even that many companies that make Western RPGs anymore, honestly.
Let me just make sure my battery doesn't.
Oh, I thought you plugged it in.
Yeah, I plugged it in, but I just switched it out with a bigger power brick that it charges faster even now. So
Okay.
yeah, sorry for that. But yeah, all right. What about
So PlayStation 5
yeah, PlayStation 5, right?
exists.
Yeah, it exists. Well, I mean, we have
Well, it
seen
sort of exists. I mean, I
pictures.
still believe
we
that it's
haven't
just a scam.
we haven't seen one in person, so
Yeah, definitely
are
haven't.
we completely sure that they exist? Anyway, so oh crap, where the hell is it? PlayStation 5. Come on, please find it. Oh my god. Yeah.
Wait, what? What do you think?
So no, doesn't matter. So today, Wednesday. Yeah, Wednesday. We tried to buy from because Euronics said also that yes, there will be on the 10th of March. There will be at exactly that 12 o'clock. There will be PlayStation 5s to sell. And yeah, we went there at 12 and we saw this. Oh, not available. And this went through basically for a whole hour. So
yeah, more or less.
For 12 till 1 pretty much. I mean, there first were some flickerings of a website basically, but me and you basically couldn't buy one because yeah, Euronics.
We were there because so the two of us were doing stuff.
Yeah.
My partner was also doing it on a separate PC, trying to, and also his friend was also doing it, trying to get one. So four people were at least, in real time trying to add a PlayStation into a cart.
Yeah.
But no.
Yeah, it didn't. No, it just didn't happen. The farthest I got was I clicked the add to cart button, and that was the farthest I got. But it didn't
And that was like a star, like kind of like loading, sort of.
Yeah, I think so.
And then nothing happened. Yeah, we got the same exact thing.
Yeah.
On our end.
And
but it didn't actually do anything.
Yeah, and basically the whole thing was Euronics. Was it this one? Yeah. Yeah, this was the official statement from Euronics also that. Yeah, so nobody could buy anything from the desktop computers, but people were able to buy it on a mobile. And we found out afterwards, which is the most frustrating thing I have ever heard. Like basically, dude, why Okay. Yeah, so the few, like, I don't know, 20, 30, maybe 50 consoles that they had.
Well, you're saying that, but do we actually have any idea how many there were?
Yeah, no, I have no
In the
idea.
article that they posted like a couple of days before the actual Wednesday, I think maybe like Friday the previous week, they wrote that this is the biggest like stock shipment that they've had yet.
Good.
But again, they didn't say how many it
Yeah,
was.
they
It
didn't.
could have been 100 or it could have been
Yeah,
25,
yeah.
you know. So that
Good.
is the frustrating part because I feel like it's a little bit disingenuous to just like hide,
Yeah.
especially if you are installing limitations on, you can only buy one per order
Yeah.
and one per address, and we will track that and cancel repeat orders and things like that. Then what's the point of hiding, the fact that you have, this many units?
Yeah. There was
So that I'm not a huge fan of.
Yeah, there was even a troll on a Reddit post that he said he got 3, but there is no way that's real.
Yeah.
He just trolling. Anyway, yeah. So the rumors point you that, I don't know, maybe 20, maybe 50, who knows, maybe 100, I don't know. But yeah.
Well, yeah.
That whoever had the random idea to go to m.euronics.ee from a mobile device, apparently rumored to have gotten one. And the only thing that they confirmed is the consoles were outsold in 10 minutes.
Which is again better than 10 seconds. So at least they lasted. I don't know how mobile version of the website was behaving.
Yeah, no idea.
At that point, because I mean, we said that we logged in at 12 and it was gone.
Yeah.
But what happened was that basically the website wasn't working for about 95% of this hour, right? That we spent trying.
Yeah.
So I guess in hindsight, it makes sense that people would use the mobile website because, with modern PCs, you can easily overload a website like that with just constant refreshing, and you're essentially DDoSing the website.
Yeah. That's what I was thinking. Also, maybe that's kind of a protection against technically DDoSing if you're like straight up disabling the desktop version of your site, or I don't know.
Very frustrating. That I mean, who would have thought? Yeah. Who would have thought to use the
exactly. But yeah.
Well, I guess we will know to do that next time, I suppose.
Yeah, that's maybe like a good idea for us and anybody out there who wants to buy a console. Also, like check on mobile, I guess, because apparently on mobile you maybe can buy one. Anyway, yeah. But scalpers gonna scalp, so the big scalp also happened.
Yeah, I wonder how many of those will actually end up on reselling.
I saw already some on THROTTLES forum, marked up 100 to 150 euros.
Okay, well that is
650 to 700 is the current selling price on Have.
Okay, well we're still getting somewhere because it still costs like 900 to buy from non-Euronics store, from an actual store that isn't Euronics.
Yeah.
And I actually wanted to, not compliment. I mean, this doesn't warrant a compliment from me, but the fact that they were selling them at just 50 euros more than the Sony recommended price.
Yeah.
Is good.
Yeah.
I don't even expect the price to go down to the 400, 500.
Yeah, that's I feel like that's the European that's going to be the European market. Yeah, 450 for the discless and 550 for the disc version. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm at peace with this kind of,
You're at peace.
10%, 10%. What? I mean.
Yeah.
So I definitely think that it's good that they were selling them because they could have easily sold them for like 600 and 700 euros, and people would have still bought them in 10 minutes.
Yep.
So it doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
So I wonder why. I wonder what is, because as we discovered in our quest to find out if it's even legal to do, that it is not illegal to like crank up the prices on tech.
Yes, it's not illegal. Yeah, that's the thing.
So yeah, maybe it's just reputation. They don't want to like, be that store that is just doing this kind of shit.
Yeah.
Maybe like smaller stores are like, whatever,
Yeah.
We're gonna make a couple €100 more.
Yeah, I feel like that's yeah. Look at us. We're the good guys, I guess. That's the yeah.
So,
all right.
And they
yeah.
So no cigar. Close, but no. I mean, it wasn't even close. Especially after the article came out that like most of those PlayStations were sold on the mobile version of the website. I understood that we weren't even close to getting one, unfortunately.
Yeah.
But we are still, waiting.
But for the people that got one, you know what you can do with your new acquired PlayStation? Do a photo shoot.
Sell a photo shoot, yeah.
Because
I love it.
I don't know. This was so weird and random. I had to include it in the. What?
Are you showing it right now?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, this is so great. If you want to have a sensual erotic photo shoot with the PlayStation 5, you can sell it for like, what was it, €10 or €5, right?
I guess he listed as a €5 photo shoot or something.
I love it.
But you can, but the Estonian, you can call a professional photographer for €15. Adding €15 to the €5, I guess. So if you don't want to do any work with the camera yourself.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
So
€5 you can use the.
You can touch a box.
Yeah.
You can touch a PlayStation 5 box.
What? Why? That is so weird. Yeah.
I love it.
So now this got me thinking also, okay, is this a new market? Should we open up a studio right next to us also and let people take photos of themselves with new graphics cards?
Oh, this is so funny to me. No, I can't. I can't.
Is there like a business opportunity here?
I mean, clearly. I wonder how many they sold but there has to be at least like 5 people who actually did that. The ridiculousness of this listing also kind of made me reflect on the ridiculousness of the process of purchasing PlayStation 5s. And I guess it also applies to other hardware, like graphics cards.
Yeah, graphics cards, right? Like, I mean, they're also hard to get. They're also expensive. You want to show off this is my new Wi-Fi or whatever, or I don't know, or what? Like, okay.
Like buying PS5, buying any consumer electronics should not be this difficult.
Yeah.
And it's just frustrating more than anything. Like, we were quite agitated in the beginning when the console just launched, because we all pre-ordered in a store and then it canceled the pre-order and then it cranked up the price. I'm sure many people can relate to this story. Smart tech, by the way, go fuck yourself.
Nice. Nice.
But as it turned out, I mean, many stores were doing that and still doing that.
Yeah.
Euronics isn't doing that, so good for them.
Yeah.
But still, now I'm just kind of over it, sort of.
Yeah.
I mean, there are like 3 games that are, I would say, worth playing.
Yeah.
Worth buying a console for me, personally. But also, they will be there later.
Yeah, they will be there later also. Also, I wanted to point out also that no erotic poses.
Oh.
Yeah, I forgot to mention all the people who were signing up already to the erotic photo shoots with this guy.
Okay, well, they lost me now.
He totally. People are like, what? No, okay, then it's out.
Okay, yeah, then it doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense. Anyway.
Yes.
Shall we?
Yeah, I guess I don't have anything else to say except for probably they will have more. I mean, Sony themselves, well, I mean, it's just like, the water is wet kind of situation. But they did say that with every passing month of 2021, it should be more easy. It should be easier, for people to buy PlayStation 5s, which is like, duh,
Yeah.
they make more and they ship them to retailers and people buy them. And some of them don't end up in scalpers' hands, So clearly with every new shipment, maybe there is fewer people who actually, are craving to get one.
Yeah.
So hopefully Euronics will have more stock soon-ish. We were just calculating recently that, so if PS5 came out mid-November 2020, so it's been December, January, 4 months at this point it's been. And we were thinking about how we were buying Switch back in the day.
Yeah.
So we bought it around 6 months after it came out. But by that point, it was very easy to buy. You could go into any retailer. We didn't buy it in Estonia because at that time the prices were just, for some reason, ridiculous, like 60, 70, 80 euros more than what it's supposed to cost. So we bought it on Amazon and it was just, available. But we are getting very close to that 6-month point, and I have very strong doubts that in 2 months from now, it will be just, you want a PS5, go ahead. So it is definitely less easy. Okay. Definitely more difficult to get one.
By the way, shout out to Alina, who is in the chat and is lolling at the
photo shoots.
At the photo shoot of PS5. Alina is a photographer, a good friend of mine. So.
And now she needs to do the same idea, but actually allow erotic photo shoots.
Yes, exactly.
And charge more.
At least 5 times. 25 euros.
Oh my God. Yeah, 20. Yeah. Stunning. All she needs now is an actual PS5.
Now my mind went to how would an erotic photo shoot with a PS5
I know.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
It's great. It's great.
Anyway, let's move on before anything bad happens here. So, how about Russia throttling their own internet? Which is like, what? Are you serious? So I just included this story so I can say this line. In Soviet Russia, internet throttles you.
Oh, that was very good accent. Very good.
Yes, I watched the Queen's Gambit. So, basically, Russia doesn't like all the stuff is going on in Twitter, because you can post anything you want on Twitter, and you can post some stuff on there which the Russian government doesn't like opposition to the regime in what is going on in Russia right now. So yeah, and they wanted to basically wait. I do have my notes also. What the Roskomnadzor, basically the guy who oversees the internet, I guess.
It's not abbreviation. What is it called? It's like a portmanteau. It's a Russian communication supervision, more or less.
Yeah,
translated from Russian.
Okay.
Yeah, they love these kind of they take parts, very Soviet style of like abbreviating words.
Yeah. I see what you. Yeah, Roskomnadzor. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, it totally makes sense in Russia, but So the intent was to slow down the access to Twitter's shortening service. So the shortening service is T.co, and so this is basically what Twitter is using to look into what's going on and what links are people sharing. So you have to use you will use this service basically that Twitter will oversee what you're posting So in case you're wondering, yes, Twitter and the whole platform is watching what you're posting, so you can
Right.
yeah
Yeah.
goes
That's
through
the point of the platform.
yeah, exactly. So and the intent was to slow down basically only the link posting part of the Twitter service. So the T.co, I don't know how to pronounce this. Yeah. So
Right. So they would shorten links so that you could actually post them, right?
Yes.
On Twitter, so you wouldn't exceed the actual character limit.
Yeah.
Is what I understand.
Yeah.
Or do links not go into the
I think they
character limit?
used to, but I think now they don't anymore because they have this service now.
Oh.
But they used to definitely, yeah. I remember time. But now, yeah, since this service is part of the Twitter experience, I think now it doesn't anymore. It doesn't count.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, and all links are embedded in the tweets are automatically wrapped through this service, which enables Twitter to monitor the types of quality of the links that users share. So Russian authorities have railed against Twitter for some time now because this service failure or refusal to remove content that is illegal in Russia, so that has pissed them off basically. So yeah, illegal content that actually is also in violation of Twitter's own terms of service. I don't know who posted this statement, but maybe Twitter itself. Yeah, but of course it's harmful and claims only 2,000. Roskomnadzor only claims that 2,000 or so posts are posted over a course of a year. Yeah, basically Russian opposition to protests and yeah, so the Russian services doesn't like you to post anything on Twitter. So they throttled. They want you to throttle the T.co service, but they accidentally throttled the whole internet in Russia, which is funny to me. Which you can actually see like a dip basically in the Russians internet during those times. Which
I love it.
Hilarious. Dude, you're just accidentally breaking the whole internet for, I don't know, 100 million people? 150? How many are there in Russia?
Population of Russia?
Yeah, I don't know.
I want to say over 100, yes.
Yeah, over 100, definitely, but... Oh, damn it. Okay. You better do the rescue.
140 million.
140.
Yeah.
That's decent.
Well, so it is a funny situation. Oh, you're back.
Yes.
It is a funny situation, sort of, but it's also, authoritarian regime trying to limit people's access to information, which is not very cute and funny, So yeah.
Yeah.
There is definitely an ugly side to this. I mean, of course there is.
Yeah.
I'm sure Russia wishes they had their own Twitter, like China has like their analogs for all social media.
Yeah.
So who knows? Maybe they are going in that direction.
Oh yeah. Definitely. They want definitely. So that's the whole point of like, yeah, we're gonna have China's internet, we're gonna have Russia's internet, we're gonna have US internet, I guess, or something. I don't know. Yeah, that's the sad part. Anyway, shall we move on? So, Skeleton, in case you didn't know, this is an Estonian startup which is making some big waves this week. 51 million euros to scale up its ultracapacitor business. So, in case you didn't know, ultracapacitor is a technically, technically not correct if I say it this way, but like a super battery, technically, it can hold like a huge amounts of energy. It can store energy. But the problem is that they are not in use yet in like, I don't know, for example, cars or whatever. They're too expensive to make still. And that's why they need like that the tech will get cheaper. So where was it? Yeah, that's the company hopes to bring down the production cost of its supercapacitors by almost 90% after completion of its 5-year project. So yeah, that's what they're up against. They need to evolve the tech to the point where they can cut 90% of the cost. So, and that's when it makes at least some sense. But yeah, and this will take a lot of money. So yeah, that's what they're up against. But yeah, the tech is really cool. So you can pack way more energy into stuff and into any kind of stuff, pretty much, that has a battery, pretty much. But yeah, it's just too expensive right now. But the tech is there.
So it's going to be the next, the next, whatever you call it, the next step, the next battery technology that is.
Maybe.
Is there a chance that it's going to make it to smartphones at some point?
Yeah, there is, of course. Smartphones. Okay, those are a little bit tricky because as I understand, the supercapacitors, they're like more round shape as of right now.
Oh, okay.
I don't know exactly if they have to be round, if they can be flat also, because
introducing the first round phone. iPhone full circle.
Yeah. iPhone 360. Yeah.
360.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah. So you can, the camera is pointing all around.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, 360. Right?
Yeah, this is the Mac Pro. The trash can Mac Pro was actually just a prototype.
Oh, yes.
For the iPhone.
It's just a huge like battery now. Oh my god, that would be a
I love it. Or a portable Mac Pro.
That would be a sweet battery. Look, I'm just imagining right now the Mac Pro trash can with like a super battery inside it, and you can power anything you want, and it's like this tiny, and you can take it anywhere, and oh my god. Anyway,
I kind of like that idea.
Yeah,
somebody needs to make it
like a super like mirror finished metal enclosure. Looks really good, and yeah,
I'm into that.
Yeah. So yes, Skeleton has been called also the Tesla of Estonia, which is I don't agree with that, because supercapacitors and batteries are not the same thing. But yes, they store energy, but it's not the same thing. Anyway, but yeah, nevertheless, it's a really cool technology anyway. So, and I hope they will get far and take the Estonian flag on to Germany, because I think they want to open up a factory, something in Germany.
See, everybody wants stuff in Germany.
Yeah, what's going on? Like everybody is looking at Germany. Yeah. European Investment Bank. Yeah, but they have this is not the first 51 million euros. Yeah, also Saxony. Saxony is not. Yeah, it's not Bavaria. Yeah, Apple was in Bavaria. Saxony is somewhere else.
They're covering the entirety of Germany.
Bavaria.
Spreading the love a little bit.
Yeah.
I think it's cool. I mean, from everything that I read about it, it seems that it's many years away.
Oh yeah,
being
it will
any kind of.
Yeah, it will get exciting in at least maybe minimum 5 years. But yeah.
Right. on any kind of consumer level. And if they have to be curved and round, there's a very limited capacity for them to be used in as a built-in batteries in tech. I mean, unless they can be also tiny, somehow.
Yeah, that's also they have to advance the tech and yeah.
I can't even think of a consumer electronic item that can be round and have a round battery.
Yeah.
Unless of course they can be the next AA battery or AAA battery, they can get it to this size.
Getting to the size of a AA battery or something like that, yeah.
But as a rechargeable battery, and it can even be recharged. I assume so, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm struggling to think of anything that.
Ultracapacitor. I have heard actually about super capacitors, but they're now called ultra ones. Ultracapacitor, like this. Oh, with a C. Damn it. Pictures. Maybe the. Yeah, I know only round ones also, and when I Google pictures of, they always are round. Yeah. And rather fat.
They're chunkier than what's the name of the batteries? The big square, cube one?
9 volt? I think 9 volt batteries, I think you. Do you mean these ones?
The stream hasn't caught up with you
yet, so
I don't see it, but I will let you know. I mean, those are used somewhere, again, not a very popular consumer thing, but still.
There are.
So if they manage to get them down to the size of a AA or AAA battery, I think there is a potential. Speaking of, okay, I guess we're going to talk about it when I get to my Xbox rant. Yeah, these style,
Yeah.
They're still used in certain things, right?
The smoke detectors. And
yeah.
And good question.
Kind of hard to even think of something.
Yeah, hard to think of something right now. Stereos. If you use stereo for some reason.
Okay, perhaps some kind of remote controlled things, cars, or something. I don't know. But yes, the point is that these are also quite chunky, right? But
sorry to interrupt, but Alina is asking, why do you make your stream in English and not Estonian? Can you please elaborate on that?
Yes.
No?
Can I?
Yeah.
Well, simply because one of the co-hosts, Estonian, is not very fluent.
Yes. Yet.
Not very fluent.
But you know Kodu used, right? And Beam and Leib and Sai.
Yeah. But unfortunately, it doesn't relate very well to technology.
Yeah.
And technology, lingo, is also quite complicated. So
yeah, that's true.
Getting to
honestly,
that point,
I would struggle so much with the Estonian pronunciation of things and sounds wrong. Aga kuidas sinu eesti keel on? Kui hea? Oskad eesti keelt rääkida?
Mitte nii hea.
Yeah, oh, that's very good. Oh my god. Very good. Okay.
Hea-ish.
Hea-ish. Perfect. Perfect.
Yes.
Yes, there's your answer, Alina. Mitte nii hea. Ühesõnaga, so, Xbox, rant?
Yeah, so we covered all the news, I guess.
Yeah.
So I guess we can...
Yes.
It's not even a rant as much as it is just kind of observations about
Observations,
Xbox.
All right. Xbox observations. That's what I will call it in the timestamp.
Right. Oh, this sounds like a philosophical piece. Observations on Xbox. And it should be like 100-page long,
Yeah. I will,
monologue.
and I will mail it to Satya Nadella.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think so. I don't think he's very involved in the Xbox, honestly. I've never even seen probably his name attached to Xbox in any capacity.
Yeah.
Unless probably he somehow. Actually, no, I don't think so. I remember Bill Gates revealing the very first Xbox million years ago.
Yeah.
But at this point, I don't think Microsoft CEO cares that much.
Mm-hmm. I don't think so, yeah.
So I got an Xbox Series X, which is the Microsoft's PlayStation 5.
That's what you... Oh my god, this is the perfect introduction. Yes. For those of you who are not into any other, don't know any other consoles. So this is like the PlayStation 5, but from Microsoft.
No, the American PlayStation 5. Well, I mean, judging by how complicated it is to buy a PlayStation 5, if we assume that Microsoft and Sony produce approximately the same amount of consoles, more or less.
Oh, no,
and there has to be like a huge, discrepancy in popularity between Xbox and PlayStation in Estonia. Because you can go right now and buy an Xbox for like a reasonable-ish price, but you just can't do that with PlayStation.
Yeah.
Anyhow, so we bought an Xbox Series X. Still more expensive than I feel like it should be. So for $599, which is 99 euros more than Microsoft's recommended price. But still, like in hindsight and like seeing the prices in other places, I feel like it's more or less acceptable, as far as the pricing goes. The same, actually, I have the same attitude with the PlayStation. I didn't really feel like spending more than 100 over, the recommended retail price.
Yeah.
That seems a little bit too much. So bought it from consolit.e, which is interesting website, interesting store. If you look at its Google review, we already talked about it last week, I believe. If you look at its Google reviews, it says at like 1.7 stars out of 5.
Yeah.
So you may think that I would be wary of, ordering a €600 console from them.
Yeah.
But we previously bought a different like accessory for a Switch from them, and it was very fast and smooth and nice. Okay. So we were like, what the fuck? They've had Xbox Series X listed for a long time. So we emailed them before buying, and we're like, do you actually have so many Xboxes? Because if you look at their website on the Series X listing, it says that they sold 170 Xbox Series X's.
They have a listing? Where they say how many? Really?
How many people viewed the listing and how many people actually bought one?
Wow.
Yeah, so that is a lot of Xboxes, honestly, for a very small, seemingly a very small store. Having sold so many Xboxes is kind of a lot.
I mean,
So it makes me wonder how many Xbox Series X's did Euronics get,
Yeah, I don't know.
Especially considering that they don't even have a listing for Xbox Series X on the website.
Yeah.
Like there's 172 I can see right now on my screen. Yeah, and I think it's more or less accurate because when we bought it, it was at like 165. It's been like a week.
Yeah.
So, believable. So it was very smooth, free delivery to Smart Post.
Yeah.
Very fast. We ordered it on Saturday and we picked it up on Monday.
Yeah, just to be clear, we don't maybe recommend Consolid because yes, I'm showing the 1.7 stars on. So you might have some kind of a different experience because there might be a reason to this one. But yeah, when you get lucky, like my good friend Kyrylo here, so then it might be smooth. But yeah, don't.
I don't really know. I mean, from what I understand, the situation is that most people, most negative reviews came from that whole debacle that they had. It was even reported in the news. Basically, it was that they accepted a bunch of pre-orders for PlayStation 5s without having actual idea of when they will come and how many they will have.
Yeah, that's.
And then,
Yeah.
yeah, and I feel like many stores probably had similar problem because, of course, they didn't have enough to fulfill, all the pre-orders, so they just canceled all of them. And if you go again to their website today, they don't have a listing for PlayStation 5 at all.
Yeah,
so it's unclear what happened to that.
When I'm scrolling through the reviews, also it's mostly down to shipping and communication problems. I feel like, so they're probably also unaware what's going on with their shipments, and that's why they can't communicate because they don't know, and that's why.
Yeah, I left a review for them also.
Yeah. Okay.
4 stars because they have issues. So one of the issues on the very quickly is that the price still isn't quite what it should be. So it's kind of whatever.
Yeah.
And also they don't have any kind of bank link integration. So when you order something, you have to just do direct transfer. So go to like Swedbank or whatever your bank is and just do a direct transfer to their account.
Yeah.
Which is like inconvenient more than anything.
Okay.
But,
Yeah.
But as I said, I ordered. Of course, I can't say to other people's experiences, and I relate to the people who ordered PlayStation 5s and got fucked because I also was in the same exact situation with SmartTech, and I also went and left a 1-star review for SmartTech because fuck them. But I haven't had a single problem with console. I guess the only thing is that the packaging when the console arrived, it was like on the outside scratched from storage, wherever they store it. Like the box, the Xbox, yeah.
And it wasn't in like a brown
outside
box?
That was the funny thing.
What?
No, they were shipping it almost naked. It was wrapped in plastic, but it was basically naked. I was like, huh. I wonder what would happen if like a courier, would just, or like a post person would just take it. I guess this doesn't happen in Estonia as much as it does in like states and stuff, where I remember back in the day when people were reporting cases. So anyway, so I can't say that. I can't say that that Consolid is a bad store because I've ordered 2 things from them and I've been satisfied with both times. So,
okay, yeah.
But I'm also not suggesting that people who left negative reviews are lying or anything like that.
How about the experience? How's Xbox so far?
So the Xbox Series X, it's quite large. I can't really show it because it's connected into our complicated wire system that we have.
Yeah.
It is quite large. It fits vertically in our shelf. It is smaller than a PC, definitely.
Yeah.
But it's still quite heavy and quite sizable. Quite fat. The controller is great. It is a very standard Microsoft controller. They haven't changed much from the previous gen.
Yeah, but apart from the texture, as I understand, the texture.
Oh yeah, I don't actually know if the previous one had texture.
It had, but it was not so grippy, as I understand. The new one.
Yeah, this one is super grippy.
Yeah, like
very nice.
Yeah, grippy, way more grippier. Yeah.
Yeah, very comfortable. Quite not small, but like comfortable sized. I don't have huge hands, so for me it's comfortable to hold. It feels good. I guess the thing that I don't particularly love is the fact that it runs on AA batteries out of the box.
Oh.
That seems to me like a very. I understand the point of it. If you buy a controller that has a rechargeable battery, you're going to charge it, and then it's going to deteriorate over time, and then you can't replace it, so you have to buy a new controller. And Microsoft is very pro-consumer. They want to seem.
Yeah.
But that said, having to replace batteries it comes with the Series X comes with a controller and 2 batteries out of the box. I don't know how charged the batteries were, but they lasted for about 3.5 days of heavy use, more or less, because we're both playing pretty much constantly,
Mm-hmm.
which is good. I mean, you can get this kind of battery with a with a rechargeable controller.
Yeah.
But still, I mean, it got to the point. So the first two batteries already died, so they have to be recycled now because yeah. So that's the part that I don't enjoy because buying two AA batteries and recycling them all the time is definitely not very friendly
Mm-hmm.
for the environment. So instead,
Yeah.
we ordered rechargeable batteries,
That's very nice. That's
rechargeable AA batteries.
yeah. That's a good thing.
Yeah, so we research found they aren't here yet, but I will report next week about how different they are from regular AA batteries and how
Mm-hmm.
long they hold the charge and things like that.
Yeah. How about
So the
games?
console
Oh.
itself, okay, so we don't own any Xbox games. So I'm not an Xbox person.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't been for a while. I owned Xbox 360 back in the day.
Yep.
I liked it. It had issues with hardware and it broke often, which I didn't like, but games were good. In the previous gen, I was a PlayStation person. I mean, I'm kind of more of a PlayStation person.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess I have some kind of bias. That being said, however, um, it's the experience of like just interacting with Xbox Series X is very smooth and very nice.
Mm-hmm.
With the 4K TV, of course, it's a 4K
It's no secret that I don't
slanted
play a ton of
console. I
games.
don't think
Sorry.
Ah,
Sorry. I'm just looking at the. Just want to find a picture of the texture of the new controller, basically. The compared to the old one. Anyway, sorry for
you think it's possible to take a picture? I mean, I guess.
Yeah,
I
I remember having to see a picture of the, but where was it? I can't remember anymore.
The PlayStation controller was going around pictures because
yeah,
it has, yeah,
yeah,
it has.
but I remember specifically Xbox also.
Okay, so
Damn it. Where? Yeah. Anyway, okay.
so anyhow,
Sorry.
where was I?
Games. Game Pass and.
Yeah, so the console very fast, boots very quickly,
Mm-hmm.
very fast UI, transitions, all of that is great because it has SSD and much more powerful hardware. So everything works great. You don't have like stuttering, you don't have like when you go to the store and scroll down, you don't have the cover pictures, for the games loading for like 10 seconds because the system doesn't keep up with, how fast you're scrolling. So all of that is pretty much gone. And that is very nice in terms of like user experience. So now the games. So I don't own any Xbox One games at all, or any of the Xbox games, honestly. And my partner owns like three, perhaps, three like older games. So we came into it completely like blank compared to our PlayStation library, which is quite big. And we subscribe to Game Pass Ultimate, which is Microsoft's all-encompassing subscription service that includes.
And how much was it?
So when you first subscribe to Game Pass Ultimate, you can get the first month for €1.
Okay.
It is a bit of a hassle to set up because there is no you can't select Estonia as like the country of your like store location, which is the same with PlayStation because Estonia doesn't exist in the eyes of Sony and Microsoft.
Okay.
You can set your physical location to Estonia, but there is no Estonian Microsoft store, if that makes sense. And there is no Estonian PlayStation store either.
Okay.
So PlayStation works around it, as I understand that you can indicate your location in any of the European stores, and your debit card or whatever you use to pay will work in Europe.
Okay.
And I'm under the impression that it works exactly the same way in the Microsoft store because initially we selected the States as our location. It didn't work, like it wouldn't accept our credit card details. And then we selected, I don't know why, but we went with Sweden because Microsoft was redirecting us to Swedish store.
Okay.
So we did that, and I subscribed for €1, which is like 10 Swedish kronas, which is like 99 euro cents.
Okay. Yeah.
But then we ended up switching to Finnish store because it's in euros and it's like closer.
Yeah. Yep.
So it still works. It works the same way. You just connect your debit card, and it just happens. After the first month expires, the Game Pass Ultimate costs 13 euros.
13, okay.
So for 13 euros, you get Game Pass on Xbox, Game Pass on PC.
Yeah, the PC part.
Games with gold. I don't fucking know what it's called in
Yeah,
Xbox, but it's basically
Xbox
what it
Gold,
boils down to is that you get access to multiplayer games, and you get 2 or 3 games added to your library, like actually added to your library, not like a Game Pass. So that's it. So which is pretty good value, especially considering the Game Pass. So I think that anybody who has any interest in video games already heard a million times people saying that Game Pass is amazing value. And I agree with that very much. If for no other reason, then at least because, coming into Xbox ecosystem completely like naked without any kind of library behind you, and you get it for €1 or 13. I mean, I don't think 13 euros is that much, honestly, especially considering that what you get in return.
Yeah, how do you feel about it? Do you get reasonable price?
Do you get enough? Yeah, I think so. So Game Pass has a lot of games.
Yeah.
It is about 200 games, I think. Just for Xbox, because we don't really use the PC one, but there is a little bit of a difference between PC Game Pass and Xbox Game Pass.
Yeah, but the most question for you, is it worth to you? Because if there are like no games that you're interested in, then yeah. But
right. No, I guess there is always a problem, right? Because the games come and go.
Yeah.
If they aren't Microsoft games, those stay there forever. But I guess, I mean, hypothetically, it is possible that you will subscribe to it, and there won't be anything that you like.
Just like Netflix.
It's hard to imagine considering the number of games. Like Netflix. Yeah, I mean, it's the same with every subscription service.
Yeah.
The thing is that Game Pass updates every week or two, so they add new games, and I think they are trying intentionally to like diversify the genres and the games that they add. So the most recent edition, for example, was centered all around sports games. So they added FIFA and like some martial art game, and I don't fucking know what else. What other sports are there?
Yeah.
NFL game, things like
baseball, very interesting, very exciting.
Right, all of those games. Yeah. Which I could not care less about these sports games.
Oh my god.
And it was the first Game Pass update since we got Xbox. So I was like, okay, well, great. 10 games, couldn't care less about any of them, Yeah. But still, going into the Game Pass library, I was kind of impressed at the number. I mean, sure, you can have hundreds of games, but it's like but the spread across genres and actually the quality of games was kind of really good.
Really?
So you get most of the Microsoft stuff.
Yeah.
So everything that came out from Microsoft over the course of Xbox One era and some of the 360 games will be there. And they'll be forever there. So Gears of War series is there in its entirety. Halo is there. You have racing, Forza. You have what else does Microsoft make?
Yeah,
that's a whole different thing because Microsoft games aren't like.
Yeah, they aren't like the number one that comes to mind to me is also Halo. Pretty much.
Yeah, unfortunately, I have to say that, as of March 13th, 2021, Microsoft library of games is not on the same level as PlayStation.
Library of games. That's why.
Not even close. Not even the finest, Microsoft games are quite as good.
Yeah.
And this is part of the reason why they've been buying everything they could.
Yep.
Because, well, I don't really know what the problem is.
Yeah, the problem of...
Because it could... Yeah, like it couldn't be a problem of resources because it's Microsoft and they have more money than anything in gaming. More money than Sony and Nintendo combined.
Yes.
Is it the problem of talent? I don't really know. or management. I don't really know.
That's why they bought the game studios that we discussed, right?
Well, it will be interesting to see what comes out of it because they bought a lot of very talented studios over the last year or two. So Bethesda, as I said, also Obsidian is a very good RPG developer. Ninja Theory is a very good.
How about the first games that you launched on your new Xbox?
Right. So I was looking for games to really test the power of the new console. And thankfully, there was a game that is exclusive to Xbox and is on Game Pass. It isn't developed by Microsoft Studio. So the game called The Medium. It is a horror. The Medium, yeah.
The Medium, okay.
It is a horror game developed by like a smaller-ish Polish studio. They kind of like are famous. I mean, that's all they do. Like different kinds of like genres, inspirations of horror, and they make games based on them. I'm still playing through it, so I can't really say to how great or awful it is. But it definitely is beautiful on Xbox. It does some interesting things with like rendering two different worlds at the same time and showing them in real time. So that was like their pitch for like, oh, look, what can we do with the new Xbox? We couldn't possibly do that without an SSD. I'm not sure how much I buy that because that's a whole different thing.
I'm just right now imagining this dark like black dark game on your OLED TV.
Right, everything looks very nice. HDR works quite well with Xbox. The game looks pretty. It doesn't always look pretty. There are certain cases where it looks like but there are like occasionally, like every couple of minutes, you can see like because the game also has a fixed camera, which is quite unusual for modern games. So they use it for atmosphere and cinematography. And there are once in a while like shots that you just like stop and be like, oh, this looks really quite spectacular.
Nice.
But on the other occasions, you like, I don't know, the character looks in the mirror and you can see her hair in reflection being very fucked. Like there has to be some kind of like rendering problem. Real time reflection of hair.
Yeah, ray tracing
doesn't. I don't actually know. It probably does use ray tracing. Yeah,
probably.
I don't really know. So yeah, but so that was like the first thing that I tried. I'm still playing this game. As far as like further games to like showcase Xbox Series X, there isn't much, honestly, and that is definitely the weakest aspect of Game Pass. Not the weakest aspect of Game Pass, but the weakest aspect of Microsoft because they haven't released many games over the last generation.
Yeah.
You have Ori and the Ori and the Will of the Wisps. Is a 2D platformer, also developed by Microsoft Studio, that is supposed to be quite spectacular. And it looks beautiful. And it runs in 4K and 120 FPS on Series X.
Damn. You tried that?
No, I actually haven't tried that because I haven't played the first game. It's a sequel.
Okay.
So that game is supposed to be also. 4K 120 FPS definitely you couldn't achieve on Xbox One.
Yeah.
So that is interesting, and that was very well received and is considered a very good game. Unfortunately, right now I don't really know what games are coming from Xbox Studios, which is unfortunate. Well, in multiple ways, but hopefully this March event will actually happen.
Yeah, the March event, because 2 weeks, 10 days.
I really hope that it happens because, the most of your time will be spent playing Xbox One games that are enhanced for the new console.
Nice.
Which, to be fair, is good. I mean, there are a lot of games on Game Pass that are like third-party games. It comes with an EA Play integration. So EA is a like third-party publisher.
Yeah.
The publisher that makes all the sports games that I don't care about.
Yeah, exactly.
And they have some kind of deal with Microsoft that they brought their subscription service to Game Pass. So you pay for Game Pass and you get this subscription service with it.
Yeah. And
that includes a lot of their games, which is, I mean, most of them are sports and racing games, but there are some good ones as well. And there's a lot of great indie games. which I really appreciate because, well,
Nice.
I love indie games.
Yeah.
And indie games are tricky because you don't always want to like spend like full price on them, because you aren't
Yeah.
quite sure if you will stick with it and play through it.
Yeah. Exactly.
So having them on Game Pass is great, and there's a great selection of indie games, like
Yeah.
really good stuff, and a lot of it is very recent as well.
Yeah. That's why we need digital refunds also.
Yeah, totally. I mean, I don't understand how we are still in this place where we don't have digital refunds.
Yes.
I don't understand in what world it makes sense. I would think that EU would be like the first to be like, hey, you know.
Yeah.
I mean,
I don't.
they like issuing fines for like publishers, and Valve recently got
Yeah.
fined by the EU stuff. So I don't understand how nobody's looking into that.
Yeah. I don't know.
The main argument is that digital goods aren't considered goods, so therefore they can't be refunded because you don't own them. But also, like, it's a
Yeah.
very backward way to look at it,
Yeah. Yeah. We definitely need to have something. I mean, yeah. In the US, they do uh, hours, some kind of a specific hours, or some kind of a specific, maybe even some progress percentage or something like that. I have heard even like if you have played through 1% of the game, then you can't refund it anymore, or something like that. But yeah,
There are mechanisms.
yeah, there,
Steam, not just in the US,
yeah,
globally, Steam offers refunds.
yeah,
2 hours is the cutout, so you can't have played the game for more than 2 hours.
yeah, yeah,
And
yeah.
I think there was some limitation in terms of achievements, perhaps.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure what exactly limited, but yeah, I mean that's the thing, because we already have precedents for that with Steam.
Yeah.
So I don't understand how PlayStation and fucking Nintendo and Microsoft don't have similar things,
Yeah.
Like they are the only digital distributors of games on their respective platforms, and they don't offer any refund policies at all.
Yeah.
I mean, they do, but they don't work, because they're made in a way that you wouldn't use them because, yeah. I mean, except for Cyberpunk, Cyberpunk was a big exception that both Microsoft and Sony were refunding.
Yeah.
But nothing really came out of it. It didn't result in any kind of like big change in refund policies or anything like that. So
Mm-hmm.
ultimately, it's we're still where we were. So would I recommend Xbox Series X and Game Pass?
Yes.
I will have to say that Xbox Series S, the little brother, the one that the white one that doesn't have a doesn't have a disk drive and has smaller capacity and just like overall weaker console.
Yeah.
I have a hard time recommending this to anybody because
Mm-hmm.
unless you are super casual and you don't have a 4K TV. If you are planning to play it on a 1080p
And
or
even
monitor,
yeah, and even if you don't have one right now, you might I don't
Right.
know how many months away are you from a 4K TV anyway? So
yeah, so very, very narrow demographic. And I mean, I guess it kind of is reflected in sales because that one you can buy anywhere. In your Onyx, 1A, or whatever else is there. Photo Point, you can just go and just buy one. More expensive than it should be, but
yeah.
So Series X. Series X, I think is a great console. Hardware-wise, it runs super smooth. Microsoft are very good at bringing older games forward and making them playable on newer hardware, which is something I can't really say about Sony as much. So see, I'm a Sony fanboy, but even I can accept the good stuff that Microsoft does. The controller is great. AA batteries suck. I like the fact that, but again, yeah, it is fixable by rechargeable batteries.
Yep.
We ordered a station or whatever, the dock, battery dock.
Yeah.
And 4 rechargeable batteries altogether for 30 euros. Sorry. And it will power 2 controllers,
Yep.
So it's fine. Like, it's not the end of the world, but still, they charge 70 euros for the controller. That you also then have to spend another 15 to make it like usable, with the rechargeable batteries. So it's a little bit. But as far as like console goes, it's very sturdy, very nicely built, huge fingerprint magnet, unfortunately. But then, how often do you
Yeah,
touch your
how
console
often do
necessarily?
you? Yeah, exactly.
It is very quiet.
Hmm.
I don't think I've heard it at all.
Okay.
But then again, there aren't many games that like can push it, hard enough
Yeah.
to ramp up the fans.
Hmm.
So I would recommend, I mean, yeah, as like an upgrade
Yeah.
for your existing Xbox, definitely. If you are interested, and then yes, if you are interested in Game Pass,
Yeah, the Game
I
Pass.
definitely recommend it. So, who can I recommend Game Pass to?
Hmm.
I think there are three categories of people who will definitely appreciate Game Pass a lot.
Yeah. Three.
Either
Okay.
I think it was three. Yeah, three.
Okay.
So the first category is people who aren't like hardcore gamers, I would say.
Hmm.
And specifically, I'm talking about in a sense of people who wouldn't necessarily want to spend a huge amount of money on games, but still be able to play a variety of games. Because at the end of the day, gaming is a very expensive hobby. And
Yeah.
the new games, the PS5 and Xbox Series X games now cost 80 euros, I
Yeah.
think, in euro.
Oh.
It's weird. It costs $70 US dollars, but 80 euros. Why? I don't know. It's a whole different thing.
Yeah. What the hell?
So buying brand new games is a lot of money. And if you subscribed for 13 euros per month to Game Pass, I mean,
Hmm.
chances are that you are subscribing, I don't know, to Netflix or something,
Hmm.
and you get a very good experience and a very good variety of games. And if you subscribe, for example, and then you don't play for a couple months, or you unsubscribed, right, for a
Hmm.
couple months because you don't have time to play. By the time you then resubscribe a couple months later, you'll have plenty of more stuff to play, and you
Yep.
can still get it for 13 euros or on sale. There are very often sales for Game Pass.
Hmm.
So to casual people who want to play games but don't have time and money, to spend on expensive brand new games, that is definitely a recommendation. And kind of related to that are people who are parents who have children who like to play video games.
Yeah. That's
Because
yeah.
because if you have a kid, chances are that they are probably going to play Fortnite, which is free.
Hmm.
But if you have a child who is also interested in other stuff as
Yeah.
well,
Yeah.
and you again don't really feel like
Yeah.
spending so much money on games that they may or may not even like
Yeah.
stick with, and play, because children,
Yeah.
that is just amazing option,
That is
because
yeah.
like,
Honestly, that is that's a very good point also. Yeah.
yeah,
So
like you get your
because
Xbox home Christmas morning, they whatever, unwrap it,
yeah.
and you have you pre-buy Game Pass before, and they
Hmm.
have access to like 200 games.
Yeah.
They
Exactly.
can just download and delete and play however much they
And
want.
they don't have to like go through the store what game to buy, and if they get tired,
Oh,
they will nag you again with
that
but
is a great point. The way Game Pass is integrated into Xbox is quite elegant. Like, you don't have any sort of interaction with price tags or anything like that. So there is a separate menu for Game Pass. You go
Mhm.
in, you see the whole library or like a group of games, like by genre, for example, and that's
Mhm.
it. So there is a game. You click on the game. It like overlays a window that gives you some detail, like description, some screenshots and stuff like that. And then it's like, okay, install the game,
Yeah.
and it's installed. So you don't have any. So these are kind of separated. Game Pass and Store are kind
Mhm.
of not in the same interface, place. So that is really good. So parents will appreciate it. And I mean, again, subscribing for 13 euros per month to like a family budget, so your kid can play some games,
Mhm.
is it's better. Yeah, even if your kid wants a new game like every month or two, still. And if you have multiple
Mhm.
children, that's even better, because you only need one copy of Game Pass per console,
Yeah.
and any number of people who live in the same like place and play on the same console can play.
Or
So
not
for parents as well.
or not even on the console, maybe the second family computer or something like that.
Right, like on yeah, I
Uh,
should say 13 euros is Game Pass Ultimate. Game
okay.
Pass Xbox Game Pass is less than that. I don't really know how much it
Okay.
is.
Yeah.
10 euros perhaps, 9.
Yeah.
So it can be even cheaper if you just want, the kids to play on Xbox, and that's it.
Yeah.
And I guess the third category of people are people like us who are kind of invested in a different ecosystem,
Mm-hmm.
like PlayStation.
Mm-hmm.
But also, I mean, are interested in playing stuff that Microsoft Studios
Yeah.
will eventually put out.
Yeah.
Because I mean, yeah, now they own Bethesda, and tomorrow they will buy CD Projekt Red.
Yeah. Oh my. I.
Probably not.
That was the question I wanted to ask you actually earlier when we were talking about Bethesda. Uh, who will buy CD Projekt Red now?
I don't really know. I don't really know if
What do you think?
they. Well, I mean, there is an option for them to stay independent. They are kind of in a very privileged position because they are a developer, a single
Yeah.
studio that is also publishing their games, that is also very popular and also very rich,
Yeah.
even with the latest controversies.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know if they are right now the richest European game developer
Maybe.
/ publisher, but
Yeah.
like let's say a year ago they were, and like compared to that, like there's a Ubisoft, which is also a publisher and also like a very like large group of studios that they own.
Yeah.
But that company is massive and they make many games and
Mm-hmm.
they employ like thousands and thousands of developers across the world. So they were richer than those guys,
Mm-hmm.
CD Projekt Red,
Mm-hmm.
which is kind of crazy because it's just one studio
Yeah.
in wherever they are in Poland.
Yeah.
So in that sense, I think it is possible for. I mean, it's always the question of money at the end of the day.
Mm-hmm.
You know, who I don't know if it is for them. Maybe they want to stay independent out of principle, perhaps.
Yeah, we'll see. I don't know. Yeah, if they definitely had like a setback with the whole source code leaking onto the internet, so they have probably some kind of a maybe, I don't know, a bad taste after the last debacle with the source code leak. So they might now look at it different. Maybe, I don't know if Valve, or I don't know, who knows,
I guess.
Nvidia comes along and, I don't know, here's billions of euros or something. I don't know.
Valve isn't gonna buy a CD Projekt Red. They
Yeah,
don't give a fuck about video games anymore. They're
yeah,
so rich from running Steam that they will once every decade they will put out a new game and be like, okay, here you go.
yeah,
Stop bothering us. So yeah, I don't know. I mean, any studio or any group of studios can be bought.
yeah, of course.
I mean, I don't think many people expected Bethesda to be bought out because they weren't really struggling financially.
Exactly.
I don't think so. It was just, oh yeah, you know, 7.5 billion. Good, you know, good deal.
Yep.
So yeah, but with the recent acquisitions, I mean, every time Microsoft buys something, Game Pass is becoming increasingly more attractive proposition. I think at this point in time, it is super attractive. So yes, for us who are, you know, who have a large library on PlayStation and have zero, like at all games on Xbox, Game Pass is great because Game Pass has, even for us, people who buy games regularly all the time on sales and sometimes new games as well.
Yeah.
There is like, I'm not even gonna kid it, like there's 40 games on Game Pass for me that I would play.
Wow.
That I just don't own otherwise, you know.
Wow. That's quite a number, actually.
Yeah. Not 200 plus, you know, I wouldn't go that far.
Of course.
But still, these are 40 games that I don't have to buy.
Honestly, I would, if I, not knowing what the games are, I would guess for me, maybe 10. Or like maybe for the, I don't know. I would guess the average would be like, I don't know, these 10 games I like, and these, but 40 is a big number, I feel like. Wow.
I'm not suggesting that I'm going to play through all of them, but still. I have access to them, and then it's like, you know, of course, games leave Game Pass, the non-Microsoft ones, they eventually just kind of rotate out. But they warn you in advance, so if you're like, oh, you know, this game that I want to play is, you know, leaving Game Pass next month or something, or in 2 months, better, you know, go play through it quickly.
Yeah.
So I definitely think that there's value there for I mean, these three groups of people that I just described are also a very large group of people. if you combine them all together. You know,
Oh,
parents,
yeah.
casual players, and people who are already elsewhere. You
Yeah.
know.
Yeah. Okay.
And I mean, I guess you will play all the Microsoft games if and when they come out. I mean,
Yeah.
as far as I'm concerned, they don't exist because we haven't seen any of them. So
Mm-hmm.
it's like PlayStation 5.
Yeah.
Until I see one, it doesn't exist to me.
Yeah. We'll see. What do you think? Will the PS5 change any of your opinions, or like your stance on Xbox somehow when you get one?
Uh,
What do you think?
will PS5 change? I think many years from now, perhaps when we are very deep into the generation and we do see actual games come out, and if, PlayStation games stay on this level or become better,
Mm-hmm.
and Microsoft exclusives stay on the same level as they were before,
Mm-hmm.
then yes, ultimately, the publisher who makes better games is a better publisher at the end of the day. But the thing is that, yeah, I mean, even when we do get a PlayStation 5, all these problems will still remain.
Yeah.
Like the $70 games, lack of games, it's not, they're not going to come out, every week.
Yeah.
So even now, I already kind of think about it differently. Like, do I want to spend $70 on this new game that is published by Sony that is coming? Or do I want to like wait a little bit, play Game Pass meanwhile, and then buy it for, I don't know, 50,
Yeah. Okay.
So I think it will be definitely changing.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, when I have some shifts in my perception of Game Pass, Xbox, and PlayStation, I'll probably bring it up
Yeah.
later.
Yeah.
Sorry for a super long rant, but
Yeah. No.
TLDR, Xbox is good. It is purchasable in Estonia relatively, without hassle, more or less. I mean, there are ways to buy it. And Game Pass is just excellent. I definitely think Microsoft will raise prices on Game Pass eventually, because, I mean, they keep spending money on new studios, and
Yeah.
they need to make it back.
Oh, they will.
Definitely.
Yeah. I feel like also right now it's a good deal for the amount, like 200 plus games or something, for that money, for 13 euros.
It's excellent deal.
Not bad.
Even from the perspective of like, somebody who lives in Estonia, which isn't the most, rich country in the world.
Yeah.
I think it's definitely worth it,
Yeah.
The same with like, is Netflix worth it to like subscribe to? Sure, I'm still watching Friends every night.
Yeah.
Actually, okay, time to wrap up.
Wait, I have maybe some battery left in the other battery that I'm charging. Damn.
My rant completely broke the stream.
No. Yeah. No. It's alright.
But yeah, so I'll keep playing whatever is playable on Xbox, and
never mind me. Don't worry. Everything fine. My battery just fell.
Oh no.
But it's back now. Yes. Okay. Dear God. Yeah. Sorry, but just to wrap up.
Yeah.
Wait. Yeah, my battery. Okay, I'm back. So yeah. Okay. Xbox good. Game Pass good. Game Pass gets a big fat approval from Kyrylo. So.
It is a conditional, definitely, in a certain way, because
yeah,
a lot of the value will come at a later point, because especially seeing all the developers that they bought recently and knowing what they can, produce.
Yeah.
In my mind, it's like, okay, well, they made this game, so surely they know how to make whatever next they're going to do. Unfortunately, it has to be said that Microsoft has a tendency of purchasing studios and directing them in a completely weird direction that changes the way, the studio is and what they are famous for. It happened previously with some studios that they bought that are already now kind of aren't even perceived, as a non-Microsoft studio, and kind of people who are into games nowadays are like, oh yeah, this is the studio that made this game. But in the past, they were making completely different games and were arguably a much more, recognized prolific studio. So we'll see. There is a chance that they will just ruin the new studios that they bought, but I hope they don't.
Yeah, we'll see. Time will tell. Okay, anyway, let's move on to something random. I don't know. I just wanted to show this. So, this is also related to the shortage of PS5 and stuff. So it's like me wanting to buy a GPU, Polish tariffs, scalpers, the new the new US tariffs, global silicon shortage, crypto miners, and the world pandemic. Oh, I loved it. This is kind of, I don't know. Yeah, it will catch up.
Wait, I'm just catching up
Yeah,
to
yeah,
this.
we're catching up, but I find this meme very funny. I don't know. Also, Melissa Mann said, did Siim share info that my client got a PS5 for the kids just from the store a few days back? Yeah, no, we didn't. Yeah, there's Melissa's one fitness client also got from Telia actually. Yeah, which was also like Telia, really, and Telia supposedly also was that was also news to me. But Telia was also selling 550, I believe. But this was not known as far as I can tell, pretty much. Like they didn't communicate anything at all, pretty much. I feel like so if you knew, you knew, and I found it also. I found it out yesterday, just super randomly, also. Anyway,
well, good for.
Yeah, good
for their children.
Yeah, good for their children.
I'm not even mad at people getting. I mean, it's good because with every person who buys a PlayStation 5 for themselves or for their children or whatever, the likelihood of you getting a PS5 is increasing. So hello to that.
Yeah, exactly.
So good for them.
Yeah, and the last thing on the menu, the Queen's Gambit. I don't know.
Oh, right. Queen's
yeah. In case you don't know, this is is it Netflix original? I believe so. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. We watched it. Pretty good. I mean, yes. Okay. Very good. I would say. I should say. Okay, but it's a 7-episode. Miniseries, so, and it's about chess, and I was surprised how well it was made, honestly. But again, I know that Netflix does some quality shows right now, but this was like, I don't know, movie grade to me. I don't know, felt good. So yeah, I'm kind of turning into a fan of miniseries right now, because the last miniseries that you compared it to, also the Chernobyl, which I would say Chernobyl is still my number one, honestly.
I didn't. I said that it was Queen's Gambit was the best miniseries I've seen since. I didn't say that it was better than Chernobyl.
Okay. Fair enough.
I mean, they're very different. But I know what you mean. I love miniseries nowadays as well.
Yeah.
Probably more so than just long, drawn out TV shows.
Yeah. Do you know, by the way, is this real story?
No, it isn't. It's
real life based? No. Oh, okay.
No, and they do. It's like they do reference historical events, like some famous chess players, that Russian woman who was also like a grandmaster. But they also changed some facts as well, because she did play against men, and they said that she didn't, in the show. So
yeah.
But it was for dramatization. Of course, Chernobyl also over-dramatized things to make it more suspenseful.
Yeah. You have to kind of.
But I definitely go ahead.
Yeah, no, that's the same thing, but also with YouTube, pretty much. That's you kind of have to.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
of course.
Because
reality isn't often as exciting as dramatic as it can be on TV shows.
Yeah.
But I definitely agree about the limited series. there's something super satisfying with like starting something, finishing this season, the show, and that's just it. They just told the story that they wanted to tell in 7 or 8 or 10 episodes, and there will be no season 2.
Yeah.
And all the character arcs ended. Yeah, and all the payoffs happened, and it's just there, everything lands. Well, doesn't mean that everything will land perfectly, but once in a while you have something like this, and it just works super well.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the show will get a lot of different nominations and awards.
I don't know. It felt really, very. If you're a fan of like, story arc is very, very strong with this one. I feel like how the character develops and stuff. So.
If you are a fan of anime, I think this show is also very anime.
Really?
Because yeah, totally. Like this girl. Well, first of all, she completely. Oh, spoilers. Okay.
Yeah, spoilers. Okay.
I know, but no, sure. Like she completely destroys everybody she plays against, and then she finds her arch nemesis, the Russian player.
Yeah.
And then it's this whole arc with her like struggling, and then finally getting there, and it's like so anime. I'm like, oh my goodness. I was like, somebody has to make also an anime about this about chess.
It's some kind of a especially the one the last episode where all the guys were like, okay, so we're in a team and
right, plotting against her, right, setting, and then the other group, right, who were helping her and stuff like that.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so it's like, oh my god, she's becoming a Super Saiyan. Here,
her power is over 9,000.
Yeah,
and then when she I don't know, how do I say it without spoiling? When she like quit the thing that she was doing, and then she found her even more power without the thing that she thought that was giving her power. I was like, okay, well, yeah, this is anime through and through. But it was very entertaining. I definitely would like to compliment them for making chess entertaining.
Yeah,
I mean,
honestly,
chess is like fun, but it isn't very like dramatic.
Yeah, exactly.
But they managed to make it very like engaging.
Yeah, because you don't have time to. They don't stay as long as on the chessboard that you can really, even if you know the game, that you can really tell.
It's very hard to follow. But it's still like
you really have to look at the board to see what's going on, and it doesn't work in a TV series. You have to you will like 10 seconds show the board. It's not like Anyway, I don't know.
a good series. Recommend.
It was a really good recommendation. Me and Melissa really enjoyed it. So yeah. Seven episodes, like I don't know, 45 to 1 hour an episode. So
I think the whole season takes like 6 hours to finish.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah. Okay.
I'm glad that you liked it.
Yeah.
You both.
Yeah. So, anything else besides Friends that you've been watching also, or no?
No, I'm still watching Friends. I'm kind of not near the end, but I'm getting there. I'm already season 8. It's still entertaining. I liked it. The characters grew on me, yes, of course. There are some repeating gags that I'm like not particularly fond of. I guess they just didn't age very gracefully.
Yeah, if you
like this whole, I don't even know. Like I assume they do it for like satirizing purposes, but they often do these kind of like bits where some male characters do some things or something, and then like they're made fun of because it's like not very manly or something. I don't know. Like Joey carrying a bag or Chandler taking bath, and I'm like, oh, are we still? But it's also funny because I mean it was late 90s, early 2000s.
Yep.
But 20 years later, we're kind of in the same place in terms of like, not in the same place, but like similar place.
I know what you mean. Yeah, I don't know. Being feminine, I guess, will be manly men being feminine. I guess that's always gonna be funny, I guess, or I don't know. We'll see. I don't.
I don't really know what it. No, the thing is that like one thing that they were like using as gags for like femininity,
Mm-hmm.
like carrying a leather bag.
Yeah.
How is it feminine? Or taking a bath.
Yeah. Or
What?
or the one where Ross tries to pull his leather pants up and
Leather pants. The one with the shirt, the pink shirt,
yeah,
when they were making it's like.
yeah,
But the most thing that I was like not very fond of was the finally 7 seasons later, they did the whole bit with Chandler's dad.
mm-hmm.
That I didn't understand at all, and I was actually wanted to talk to someone who also watched the show because I didn't quite understand what they were going for with Chandler's father.
Oh, I
Because
don't.
my impression was that
I
he was married to Chandler's mom, blah blah blah. They had him,
yeah,
and then my impression was that he came out as gay and
yeah,
left, and then joined some kind of like performance in
yes,
Vegas.
yes,
So that was because they don't show him until like season 7, and when they get married,
mm-hmm,
Chandler and
mm-hmm,
I mean spoilers, I guess.
mm-hmm,
20-year-old show
yeah,
for Chandler and Monica.
yeah.
But that would have been fine. But my thing is that they had a woman play him in the show.
I can't remember this episode as of right now.
Yeah, it was very strange because he's played by a woman who is like basically in drag more or less, very like lots of jewelry and makeup and stuff, but it's a woman definitely.
Really?
And then I'm like, what are they trying to say? Is his dad a gay man who is doing drag and he came to the wedding in drag, or what? Because that would have been also kind of nice, if that was the thing.
Oh my
But I
God.
guess the 2000s was a very different time because
Yeah.
or like were they going for the fact that he's trans, but it never was really alluded to necessarily in the show previously, except for the fact that he was performing in drag, basically. That was the gag.
Mm-hmm.
But then I was expecting him to be played as a man
Yeah.
who came to the wedding in drag. That would have been like, okay, yeah, sure, it's a little bit extra, but I can see that happening, But that actress who played him, it completely threw me off. I was like, what were they going for? What is exactly the gag here? Anyway, I guess maybe they didn't know how to make
yeah,
how to put a man in drag so that he looks like modern drag queens
yeah,
do.
yeah. Maybe the modern drag wasn't like
Wasn't what it is now, I guess. I suppose. Yeah.
I suppose that they didn't have like something to, I don't know, model after, or
I suppose. Yeah, that was also Maurice's theory.
mm-hmm.
But yeah, so other than that, it's a very enjoyable show.
Yeah.
I mean, 8 seasons in, I'm still like, invested.
Yeah.
Kind of.
All right. Ending with drag here. So, yeah, 2 hours and 12 minutes.
I know. Kind of long, but still not as long.
Yeah.
When I found out that last time was 2 hours and 55 minutes, I was like, what?
What is going on? Yeah, that time flies.
But I think it's good time to
time flies, yeah. So, yeah, I guess there are no more updates. I don't know. Some random updates. I don't. Maybe my Mac.
Your M1, yeah.
M1 Mac Mini. Yeah, there's. It's fast. Again, nothing to say about that. But there's one program that I can't use because it hasn't been updated to the M1, and that's called Better Snap Tool. So this is like a snapping window tool that you just drag
I know what you mean.
Yeah. Just to make it full screen, or just to drag it onto one corner or something like that. So.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh wait, what? I have an app like that.
Yeah. What do you? What?
Although it isn't free, it's like €2, I think.
Yeah. What is
on the Mac App Store?
Yeah. What?
It's called Magnet.
Magnet. Okay. Yeah. I think I heard Magnet also, but
Yeah,
I
it's really good.
I have used better snap tool.
Hmm.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I mean, this is definitely even like, what is it now? 3 months, 4 months since M1 Max came out.
Yeah.
There are definitely quite a few programs that are very like, everyday kind of like consumer level programs that many people use that aren't translated to M1,
Yeah.
compatible. Unfortunately, I wasn't expecting it to be just, like, one day, one weekend, we're already there, but
Yeah.
it's kind of slower than I expected.
Yeah,
Definitely in certain ways.
although Adobe got just released on the M1, like Adobe officially said 50% faster, so 50% Photoshop increase, faster Photoshop is your
Oh, that's good.
yeah, that's pretty, yeah, have to.
My AirPods are dying, I think.
Oh yeah, I think that's the end of the show anyway, so
Yeah, thank you for joining me.
yes,
For getting together.
and experiencing your Xbox experience. Yes, perfect.
We are also right now waiting for a second controller. And there are actually also quite a few like kind of couch co-op multiplayer games. So if you are like a couple who wants to play games together, also Game Pass and Xbox is quite good for that.
Yeah.
So if you are in town,
Yes, I want.
drop by and
Yes, I want to try the new consoles.
Yeah.
Yeah, who knows?
If there are any updates about experience, I will of course also mention it in the future.
Yeah, if the Estonia is still on the same place where it was, because Estonia has one of the highest COVID cases rates in Europe right now, which is like kind of terrifying.
Kind of crazy.
Kind of crazy, but yeah, we're late to the party. But
at least you are vaccinated.
Yeah, that's true. So yeah, and Melissa will be also. But yeah, it's who. It doesn't help that the Estonians are known for their slowness, and now we're getting the highest numbers also after everybody else. So this will spark some Estonian slow jokes again. So probably I don't know. Yeah, we'll see. Oh yeah,
well,
all right.
Hopefully it will get better soon.
Yeah.
I mean, it has to eventually. It's like with PlayStation 5. The longer we wait, the more likely it is that we get one, and the longer we wait, then the sooner it will, blow over, and we'll go back to some sort of normalcy.
Yeah. All right. I will go back to my hustlings. Have to hustle some stuffs. I wanted to get a new phone actually, but I missed out on 12 Pro. There was a 12 Pro in Pärnu for 850, which is 1,100 right now in a store. And 850 is pretty good.
And that is what? New?
Or
like slightly
I mean,
used?
Taken out of the box.
Okay.
That's honestly, for how new it is, that's a really good price. But
that's good. But that's basically.
I was a little bit too late. That's
okay. So it's all.
Yeah.
Unfortunate.
Yeah, unfortunate. Anyway.
I wonder what the new iPhones will look like, or not look like. What they will be like.
Yeah. Who knows?
It seems like they will be quite minor upgrades.
Yeah. Although there has been a rumor that under display fingerprint Touch ID. There is a new rumor.
That's good.
Yeah,
I like that.
Yeah, that would be awesome.
Especially with masks, having to input passcode every time.
That's. I mean, I still haven't gotten the Apple Watch update, which is like
weird,
almost ridiculous. Because, dude, what the hell?
At this point, there will be no more quarantine.
And I got an update on the Apple Watch 1 week ago. and it wasn't the right one, or what? It still says like you need to update your Apple Watch to work with the mask on. Anyway,
That sucks.
yeah, sucks. Anyway, 2 hours and 20 minutes. All right.
Time to finish. See you next week.
See you next week.
With
and,
more newsy bits and some rants, probably. Surely something will
yes.
happen.
Yes. Okay. And thanks for nerding out with me. Always a pleasure.
As always, yeah, it's a pleasure.
All right. Enjoy your Xbox.
Yes, thank you.
Peace.